Have you ever felt it? That gnawing feeling that something crucial in your relationships just isn't clicking no matter how hard you try. 5 brutal truths are about to change everything. But first, like this video if you're tired of empty relationships. Comment where you're watching from. Share with that friend who urgently needs to hear this, because what comes next will dismantle everything you thought you knew about real connections. Get ready. The game is about to change. First, let's talk about the illusion that's destroying your chances before you even start. You know that constant pressure to be the perfect guy, the most successful, the most attractive, the most complete. It's all a lie, a deadly trap that keeps you stuck in an invisible prison. You spend hours trying to build an image that isn't even yours. You buy clothes that don't reflect who you are. You force conversations that sound artificial. You try to impress with empty achievements. And the result? You feel like an actor playing a poorly written role. With every rejection, every indifferent glance, you sink deeper into this spiral of inadequacy. But here's the secret nobody tells. External validation is a drug. The more you seek it, the more addicted you become. And the more addicted, the further away from your essence you'll end up. Think about it. How many times have you changed something about yourself just to please someone? How many times have you swallowed your true opinions to avoid conflict? How many times have you pretended to be someone you're not, just to be accepted? This desperate search for approval is literally killing your chances for real connection, because people sense it. They sense when you're faking. They sense when you're desperate, and that repels more than any physical or financial flaw you might have. The brutal truth is that as long as you're chasing an external image of perfection, you'll be doomed to failure, because you're building relationships on quicksand, a false foundation that will crumble at the first storm. But calm down. There's a way out, and it starts with a simple exercise you can do right now. Stop for 5 minutes and look at yourself in the mirror, not to criticize, not to judge, just observe. Who is that man looking back? What are his true qualities? I'm not talking about your car, your job, or your physique. I'm talking about your essence, your courage, your loyalty, your sense of humor, your ability to overcome challenges. These are the real foundations. And when you start building on them, something magical happens. Genuine confidence begins to radiate from the inside out. And that leads us straight to the second brutal truth. Second, authenticity isn't just important, it's absolutely non-negotiable. Listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be real. That's the difference between the man who attracts superficial connections and the man who builds deep, lasting relationships. But here's the problem. We've been conditioned to believe that showing vulnerability is weakness, that admitting mistakes is social suicide, that sharing fears is giving ammunition to the enemy. Lies. Pure lies distilled by modern society. True. Strength lies in looking someone in the eyes and saying, yes, I have fears. Yes, I make mistakes. Yes, I don't have all the answers. And yet here I am, standing tall, facing life head-on. That's real power. I'll give you a practical example. Imagine you're in a conversation with someone you're interested in. Most men would do what? Try to impress, brag, exaggerate achievements, hide flaws. But the authentic man, he shares a real story. Maybe about a time he failed and what he learned from it. Maybe about a fear he overcame. Maybe about a moment of vulnerability that transformed him. And you know what happens? The other person leans forward. Their eyes light up with genuine interest. The connection deepens because finally, they're talking to a real person, not a walking mask. But be careful. Vulnerability isn't trauma dumping on the first date. It's not using your pain as a crutch to get attention. It's the subtle art of revealing your humanity at the right time, with the right people. It's the courage to be imperfect in a world obsessed with filters and facades. Here's a challenge for you. In the next 24 hours, have a conversation with someone where you are 100% honest about something you would normally hide. It could be a friend, a family member, anyone you trust. Observe the reaction. Feel the lightness that comes afterward. Notice how the connection strengthens, because when you stop spending energy maintaining masks, you have energy left over to build real bridges. And that's where the magic happens. You attract people who like you for who you are, not for who you pretend to be. But authenticity alone isn't enough. You need to understand the third brutal truth. Third, relationships are living organisms that need to breathe. This is one of the most misunderstood truths about human connections. Most men act as if relationships are possessions, as if closeness means total fusion, as if love means mutual suffocation. Wrong. Completely wrong. Healthy relationships are like a dance, approach and withdrawal, connection and individuality, intimacy and space. It's a natural rhythm that needs to be respected. But the modern man, in his chronic insecurity, tries to control this dance. He clings, he smothers, he demands constant attention, he interprets every moment of distance as abandonment. And so he kills the very thing he's trying to protect. Think of a bonfire. What happens when you throw too much wood, too fast? The fire goes out. But when you give space for oxygen to circulate, the flames dance vibrant and strong. Relationships work the same way. Without room to breathe, passion dies, suffocated. I'll be direct with you. If you're constantly checking, your phone waiting for a text, if you cancel your personal plans every time the person is available, if you feel anxious when you're not together, if you need constant validation, you are killing the attraction. Let me share a powerful technique. The strategic step back. When you feel the energy getting dense, when you realize you're being too clingy, take a step back. It's not a game, it's not manipulation, it's pure wisdom. Go do something you love, meet your friends, practice your hobbies, invest in your projects, recharge your own batteries, and observe what happens. The person misses you, the energy renews, the interest rekindles. Because you're no longer available all the time, you have your own life. You are a complete man, not a desperate half looking for another half. Here's another secret. Polarity is what keeps the spark alive. I'm not talking about outdated stereotypes. I'm talking about complementary energies. When two people are exactly alike, there's no tension, no mystery, no growth. But when each maintains their individuality, their unique essence, the magic happens. Differences become attractive. Contrasts create fascination. The dance remains interesting. Try this experiment. For the next 7 days, dedicate at least 1 hour a day to something that's just for you. No phone, no distractions, just you and an activity that energizes you. It could be exercise, reading, meditation, anything. Then return to your social interactions. Notice how your presence is stronger, how your energy is more attractive, how people respond differently to you. Because a man who knows how to be alone is a man who chooses to be accompanied. And that conscious choice changes everything. But with that power comes a brutal responsibility. And that's what we need to talk about now. Fourth, you are 100% responsible for your part in the equation. This truth will hurt, but it's the pain that liberates. Stop blaming your exes. Stop blaming society. Stop blaming modern women. Stop blaming circumstances. Stop. Now. The high-value man doesn't play the victim game. He doesn't whine about how unfair the world is. He doesn't waste energy complaining about what he can't control. He focuses on the only thing that matters, his own choices. Every one of your reactions is a choice. Every one of your responses is a choice. Every emotion you feed is a choice. And here's the part most people don't want to hear. Your current results are the sum of your past choices. Repeated toxic relationships? Look at your patterns of choice, always attracting the same type of problematic person. Examine what in you attracts that. Constant conflicts. Analyze how you contribute to them. I'm not saying you're to blame for everything. I'm saying you have power over your part, and your part is the only one you can change. Let's do a brutal honesty exercise. Take a relationship situation that went wrong. Now, instead of listing everything the other person did wrong, list your contributions to the problem. Did it hurt? Good. It's working. How did you react to conflicts? How did you communicate your needs? How did you set boundaries? How did you choose to remain in a situation that wasn't working? These are the questions that matter. Because when you take responsibility, you take power. Let me teach you the 5-second pause technique. Next time you feel anger rising, when frustration tightens your chest, stop. Take a deep breath for 5 seconds. In that time, ask yourself, what is my contribution to this? How can I respond constructively? 5 seconds. That's all you need to change a destructive pattern. But most men prefer to explode and then blame the other person for the explosion. Responsibility is not blame, it is power. It is the ability to look at any situation and say, okay, what can I do differently? How can I improve this? What can I learn here? This shift in perspective is revolutionary. You stop being a passenger in your own life and become the driver. Here's another challenge. Take 3 situations where you felt like a victim. Now rewrite the story focusing only on what was under your control. Your choices, your reactions, your decisions. Don't minimize the responsibility of others, but maximize your awareness of your own. It's liberating to realize how much power you truly have. But this journey of responsibility is just the beginning. The 5th truth will show you the final destination of this transformation. Comment power if you're ready to take full control of your love life. Because what comes next will change your perspective forever. Now the 5th and deepest brutal truth: relationships are the most accurate mirror of your personal development. Listen to this carefully because it can change your life. You don't look for someone to complete you. You look for someone to share the journey while you complete yourself. This is the fundamental difference between the needy man and the high-value man. The needy man looks for what he lacks in others. He seeks external validation to fill internal voids. He uses relationships as emotional crutches, and he always ends up disappointed because no one can fill a void that is yours. No one can give you what you don't give yourself. No one can love you more than you love yourself. The high-value man understands that a relationship is not a destination. It's a journey. It's not a solution. It's amplification. If you are miserable alone, you will be miserable accompanied. If you are incomplete alone, you will suck energy from anyone who gets close. But if you are building your best version, you will attract someone on the same wavelength. Think of it like a magnet. You don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. Want an amazing partner? Become an amazing man. Want loyalty? Be loyal. Want depth? Be deep. Want passion? Be passionate about life. It's mathematically impossible to attract what you don't cultivate within yourself. I'll give you a perspective few men achieve. Your most intimate relationships are the most honest report of your personal development. They show exactly where you are on the journey. If you attract drama, there is unresolved drama within you. If you attract superficiality, examine your own depth. If you attract emotionally unavailable people, question your own availability. It's not a coincidence, it's a reflection. But here's the transformative part. When you accept this, when you embrace this truth, the game changes completely. You stop looking for the right person and start becoming the right person. You stop demanding from the world and start offering to the world. You stop being a consumer of love and become a source of love. Let me be specific about what this means in practice. Every day you have choices. You choose to read a book or scroll the endless feed. You choose to have a deep conversation or stay superficial. You choose to take care of your body or neglect it. You choose to develop your skills or stagnate. You choose to face your fears or run from them. Each of these choices is building the man you will be tomorrow, and the man you will be tomorrow will determine the quality of the relationships you attract. It's pure cause and effect, a universal law that cannot be circumvented. Here's a secret few understand. The work never ends. There's no finish line where you can relax and say, done, now I'm a high-value man. It's a continuous journey of evolution. Every day is an opportunity to be 1% better, and those compounded 1% transform lives. The high-value man builds a legacy, not just of external achievements, but of internal growth. He positively impacts everyone around him simply by being who he is. His presence elevates, his energy inspires, his authenticity allows others to be authentic too. When you become this man, something extraordinary happens. You stop needing to hunt for love, connection, validation. These things flow naturally to you, like a river finding its natural course, effortlessly, without desperation, without games, just a natural flow of energy between aligned people. But let me be brutally honest with you. This path is not for everyone. It's for the courageous, for those willing to face their shadows, for those who prefer the hard truth over comfortable lies, for those who understand that real transformation hurts before it liberates. If you've made it this far, you are one of those men. You are ready to stop playing at relationships and start living real connections. You are ready to trade superficiality for depth, neediness for abundance, fear for courage. In the next 30 days, your life can change radically, but only if you act. Words transform nothing. Action transforms everything. Start today. Start now. Start with a simple choice. Be real instead of perfect. From there, every step takes you closer to the man you were born to be. These 5 brutal truths are your map. The illusion of external perfection showed you what to abandon. The power of authenticity showed you what to embrace. The dance of dynamics showed you how to move. The non-negotiable responsibility showed you where your power lies. And the legacy of the high-value man showed you the destination. Now the choice is yours. Continue in the same cycle of frustration and empty relationships, or embark on the most challenging and rewarding journey of your life, to become the man who not only attracts, but maintains and nurtures deep, meaningful connections. If you're ready for this transformation, prove it. Like this video now, it's your public commitment to change. Share with that friend who needs to hear these truths. Save lives around you. Comment which truth hit you hardest. Your vulnerability inspires other men to change too. Subscribe and hit the bell, because this is just the beginning. In the next videos, we'll dive even deeper into each of these truths. We'll give you practical tools, specific exercises, tested protocols. The future of your relationships is in your hands. The question is, will you keep pressing the same buttons expecting different results? Or will you finally do what needs to be done? The clock is ticking. Every day that passes without change is another day in the same cycle. But every day of conscious action brings you closer to the man you can be. Make your choice, and I'll see you on the other side of this transformation, because I know you have what it takes. You just needed to hear these truths. Now you've heard them. The rest is up to you.